Hello crafters, we should be live. Thank you all so much for joining me. Are we excited for the launch of Elegant Christmas today? Thank you all for the comments so far. I can see them on my iPad. So hello to Denise, we have got Aisha, hello to Rebecca as well, Lakita, Cheryl, oh my word, I can see we've got viewers from the US. We are international officially, that's exciting. Thank you all so much for joining me. So, it is just me today. I haven't got anyone answering the comments or anything like that. So, please do bear with me. I am going to introduce to you all of the fabulous new Elegant Christmas collection. So, you might have already had a little look. I'm going to move this iPad so it's in front of me, but hopefully you won't be able to see it. There we go, that's better. You might have had a little sneak peek on YouTube already where we put a video up earlier today unboxing the brand new Elegant Christmas collection, and I know that lots of you have been absolutely loving this collection so far. I know that lots of you have waited for it, but good things come to those who wait. So we have hopefully got a fabulous new collection. I know, reading from some of the comments in the Facebook group today, you have all been loving what you have seen so far. And honestly, I can't tell you the amount of pressure I feel under every Christmas to kind of better last year's and better the year before that. And it gets harder and harder each year. But I truly believe that this year we've brought you something a little bit different. Something that you are going to be able to mix and match. If you've got the White Christmas collection, Frosty Christmas, any of those, you are going to be able to mix and match this collection in with it as well. So we've got something a little bit different. We've got stamps, we've got dies, we've got a foil paper pad, we've got a bling box, we've got some of the most, like seriously, the most amazing new glitters, which are honestly, they are spectacular. Now, if you watch the unboxing video, you'll have realised that I said we were going to add them as coming soon. The good news is, the stock is due to arrive with us at 4 p.m. today. So they will be online and available tonight with all of the other Elegant Christmas items. And I know that you are going to love them. We've also got the Holly Square die as well, which you can add on to your I Need It All collection. But I'm going to dive on in. I'm going to show you everything, show you some finished samples. I've got 2 card demos prepped as well. So I've got one using the gorgeous Elegant Poinsettia, and I've also got one using the gorgeous Christmas branch. The Christmas branch is so lovely as well. It's a really, really pretty image and something that, yeah, I think you are going to love crafting with. Right then. So let's get started. What I've also done as well, actually, before I forget, is I've created a little category on the website called the Chloe's Picks Elegant Christmas. So what I've done is I've picked out a few products that I've used a lot on the finished samples, and with these products, so there's like some wow powders, some sparklicious glitters and things. So I'll pop the link in at the end of the video so that you'll be able to go and have a little look at that one, because there's some new wow powders like the polished gold and the polished silver, and they're honestly absolutely beautiful and they go so well with this collection. Right, so I'm going to dive on in. Of course, we have got the gorgeous pink box, which is amazing. We know how much you all love these. And I'm going to tell you all about the brand new collection. So let me dive on in and open it up to start with. Actually, let me put the overhead camera in first. Give me 2 seconds. There we go. Right. The overhead should be in. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something a little bit different before. I'm going to pop some finished samples in, so you can have a little look at the kind of cards that you can be creating. I'm just going to give everyone a few more minutes just to kind of join us and find the stream. But you can see how beautiful these stamps, dies, all of the different products are going to work perfectly together. So we've got gorgeous stamps in here. We've got beautiful dies. We've got the stamp and die sets, of course. There is honestly so much within this collection, but it's a really nice base as well. If you maybe just starting crafting and you haven't got many Christmas items, it's going to be fabulous to create lots and lots of different kind of projects and different ideas and things like that. So let me just dive on in. Let me get this box all organised. There we go. As always, everything will go up on YouTube after today's video as well. So I was just sorting the bling box out there because I used it yesterday and didn't pop it back in the box. There we go. Right then, so let's dive on in and have a little look. So this is your I Need It All collection, and we've kind of done this one a little bit different. So you don't get the glitters and you don't get the 8x8 die in this collection. So you can add those on if you want to. I think the majority of you are probably going to need it all because it is gorgeous and it does all work beautifully together. Or if you just want to go for the kit with the stamps and dies, you can do too. So let's start with the gorgeous stamp and die sets. So we've got the beautiful Christmas foliage frame. So this is a really nice large stamp and die set. It is 13 centimetres by 12.5 centimetres, and you can see the size of this one. It is beautiful. So you get your die that's going to cut out that frame. You then get 2 inner circles as well, so you can cut it out as a frame, or you can use the 2 circles to cut out like little mats and layers to fit in the centre. And those little circles have got a 4-stitched edge to them, which is really nice too. You've then got a verse stamp which says sent with thoughts and best wishes for a wonderful Christmas and a very happy new year. So that's perfect for using on the front of your cards, but also equally as lovely for using on the inside as well if you want to. And then you've also got a little die of a holly flower, which makes a really lovely embellishment. So this one is really, really lovely when it's just made up. I'm going to grab the card. I'm going to start wrecking the display now. Just onto a little 6x6 card blank. You can see stamped and embossed in your wow powders. I've used Hollywood Hills on this one. Then glittering up the little berries and glittering up the flowers. This is the effect that it then gives you. It is absolutely gorgeous. So that one is your Christmas foliage frame. Next up, we've got a similar kind of theme. We've got the snowflake flurry frame. So this again is a really nice large stamp and die set. It's 12.5 centimetres by 12.5 centimetres. You've got the beautiful snowflake frame, which looks absolutely gorgeous when it's embossed. It's really, really beautiful. You've then got the little verse which says, sent with all good wishes to you and your family for health and happiness this Christmas season and throughout the coming year. Merry Christmas. Really, really lovely. You've got your die that cuts out the frame. You've then got 3 circles with a pierced edge, which looks, it just looks gorgeous when it's all layered up. You've got a snowflake die in the middle, and again you can be using this to create like a little shaker if you want to. You can be die cutting those circles out to build them up. It just works so well on your projects. Again, this looks gorgeous stamped and embossed on the lapis lazuli pearl card. And actually on that note as well, I've been doing some serious pleading with Wow embossing powder, and they've let me bring back Silver Bells, which was quite possibly one of the ultimate silver colours of all time. So it's a silver, but it's got holographic sparkle built in. So when the light hits it, you get like a rainbow effect. Honestly, it's gorgeous. In fact, I'm going to grab out. I'm one of these people that likes to like just sit and make up lots of little bits of things. And I'm sure I did a little frame in Silver Bells. Let's see if I can find it. That's my Snowfall one. So this one I did in Snowfall, and you can see how pretty that looks. So Snowfall's got like a little bit of what's the word? It's got like an ultra high white powder in, and then it's got the pearl and the glitter, so it gives you like a snowy effect. So I did that one on there. Let me have a look. Is that the Silver Bells? Yes. This one, it might be a little bit hard to see with it being a white card, but the Silver Bells embossing glitter is stunning. So definitely if you are going for that one, I would be adding a Silver Bells into your basket. Anyway, I digress. So that one is your Snowflake Flurry Frame Stamp and Die set, and it is gorgeous. It looks lovely on vellum as well, this one. Really detailed and delicate. Next up, we have got the Poinsettia Bauble Stamp and Die set. So this one is a little bit different. So what we wanted to do is kind of hand the creativity back to you. So you have got the 2 bauble dies. You've got a large and a small. You have then got some circles which fit in the middle of the baubles, so you can decorate the baubles up yourself. You've also got a beautiful poinsettia flower which you can be using on the baubles or as a separate embellishment. Then you've got a little bow and some foliage to go on the top as well, and it looks stunning when it's all built up. You've got the dies to coordinate as well, and it just works perfectly together. Again, Christine's done some samples with this one where she's made it into a shaker card as well, which I thought was such a cool idea. So that one is your poinsettia bauble. Next up, this is possibly my favourite of the collection. Love this one. So I remember when we very first brought to you Stamps by Chloe, we did a Christmas fir branch, which it was kind of like a spiky branch that you could stamp, and then we did some little baubles and things that you could hang off. So this is kind of like that, but we're talking like, we're 12 years later now, I think. So it's like the improved version. So we've got the gorgeous fir branch, we've got dies to match it now, which is amazing. We've got the fir branch, we've got the little stocking, we've got the baubles, we've got the little extra sprig, and you've got a little pine cone on here too. And it just looks so beautiful, so traditional. Imagine if you can get, do you remember you used to be able to get the little fairy lights that you could wire into your cards? Imagine stamping this, punching some little holes into your card and then wiring the lights through. It would look absolutely amazing. So this one is your Christmas branch. This is possibly one of my favourites. The little stockings look so cute as well. Of course, that branch is perfect for adding in as foliage behind your flowers too. Really, really beautiful. So then we've got more stamps. We've got the Elegant Bauble DL stamp set. So again, we like to do, if we do like a background stamp or something like that, I always think DL is a good size, and do it landscape, because then it covers you for your 6x6s, but it covers you up to your 8x8s as well. So you can stamp and emboss this, add your glitters onto it, it looks amazing. Fabulous just on the front of a DL card as well. Or actually I did one all in white and silver. Did this one on an A5. Just cut out the baubles and layered them up on the top, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. But all of your sparklicious glitters that you've already got in your stash at home, you're going to be able to use with these. So that one is your Elegant Baubles. Really lovely stamp. Again, you can use it all in one piece. You can be cutting out the baubles individually if you want to as well. You could cut these baubles out and hang them on the fir branch too. So there's lots of different ideas that you can be kind of creating with this collection. Next up, we've got the Elegant Christmas Verses, which is a little A6 set. And the reason why we put this one in the collection is because you've got two beautiful verses on those frame stamps, but sometimes you just want a smaller sentiment to finish your projects off. So we've got Believe in the Magic of Christmas, Happy Christmas, Thinking of You at Christmas, Merry Christmas, May your days be merry and bright this Christmas season and throughout the year. May your Christmas be blessed with lots of love, fun, peace, joy and happiness. Warmest wishes for a wonderful Christmas and a very happy new year. So these are really, really lovely sentiments. Perfect for adding onto the front of your card and perfect for adding into the inside as well. We would also make really lovely gift tags if you want to craft gift tags and things like that this Christmas too. So that one is your Elegant Christmas Verses. Next up, we have got the Starry Night background, and this is beautiful. Again, it's a DL stamp, so it's a really nice large size image, perfect for creating backgrounds and like linking up and creating your backgrounds with it. Lovely for a vellum wrap as well. Really, really beautiful. It looks fabulous stamped and embossed with all of your different wow embossing powders as well. The glittery ones especially look pretty fabulous. Silver bells and twinkling lights equally as beautiful with this one. Really, really lovely. Again, this is stars, so it doesn't just have to be used for Christmas. You could be using this one all year round. Really, really lovely background stamp. So that one is your Starry Night. Next up, and I think this is the one that everyone has been loving so far on social media, is the Elegant Poinsettia. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you a story to this one. So when we first did this one in the office, and I kind of showed the drawings to Rebecca and to my mum, they were like, "I don't like that. I'm just not seeing the vision that you've got there." But I knew what I wanted. And I wanted it to be a gorgeous, like, three-dimensional poinsettia when it was built up. Do you know, like, those really sparkly poinsettias that you see in, like, garden centres and, like, different shops where you can stick them in your tree or you can pop them in a vase, or sometimes you see them on wreaths and things like that. So that is what I wanted to create, but I wanted it in die form. So we've got 3 plain poinsettias and 3 kind of filigree poinsettias, okay? And then bear with, this is what you can create. This is what you were going to love about this one. Look at the poinsettias. They are a little bit different to previous ones. They have got like more spiky petals, but they are stunning. So this one is a die only set. So you get your 3 solid flowers and your 3 filigree ones, and then you also get a little stamen die in the middle as well, which was absolutely lovely. I've seen Rebecca's just commented there and said, we admit we were 100% wrong. They did. Once I'd been and made one up and glittered it, they were like, yeah, it does look really good. But it's kind of like when you see things that just look plain, it's like, is that going to work? But then once you see it used and get the glitter on there and get it laid up, it looks absolutely fabulous. So those are the elegant poinsettias. Really, really pretty. It could be like a holly flower, Bev. Yes, it could. But they are so, so pretty. Look at that. And because they're die cut, you get all of that detail. So you get the little like the little holes in the die cut. Honestly, they just look stunning. When the light gets dancing through them as well, they are so, so lovely. So that is your elegant poinsettia die set. Next up, we have got the most beautiful luxury foiled paper pad. So you've got 48 sheets in here, 24 designs, 2 sheets of each. Your colour theme is red, green, white and ice blue. So you can see the kind of patterns you've got in here. You've got the stars that are going to match your stamps. You've got your baubles. You've got beautiful foliage designs. They are absolutely gorgeous. So you've got gold and silver foil accents on these. So we've done some in silver and some in gold, but it is the most beautiful paper pad. So, so nice. So that one is your elegant Christmas paper pad, and that is all foiled as well. So 48 sheets, 24 designs, 2 sheets of each, and it's 8 by 8 in size. And then finally, what you are also getting in this collection, let me just give it a little shimmy, is a bling box. Okay, and we know how much you love our bling boxes. They are absolutely jam-packed with sparkles. So you have got your 8mm, your 6mm and your 5mm jewels. And what we've done is we actually had the paper pad out and we matched the pearls to the colours of the paper pad. So we've taken the hard work out of it for you. So you've got your gorgeous red, you've got a beautiful festive green, you've got your icy blue pearls, and then you've got your silvery grey pearls as well, which are lovely. So you've got 2 kind of sparkly ones and 2 pearls in this set. Really, really gorgeous. So, so useful. Nice traditional Christmas colours. That red is a really vibrant red as well, as is the green. And then you've got that lovely soft blue and the lovely soft grey as well. Like it's like a grey silver. Really, really lovely. But again, it's going to mix and match and go perfectly with your paper pad. It's also going to be perfect for adding your little centres, like I've done on this one, into the middles of your flowers. Really, really lovely. And again, just for adding into the corners and things, bling boxes never come in wrong. So within the I Need It All collection, you are going to get your foiled paper pad, you are going to get your elegant poinsettia die, you are going to get your Starry Night background stamp, your elegant Christmas verses stamp, your elegant baubles stamp, your Christmas branch stamp and die set, your poinsettia bauble stamp and die set, your snowflake flurry frame stamp and die set, and your Christmas foliage frame stamp and die set. You'll also be getting that gorgeous bling box as well, and that is everything in the I Need It All collection. Now, as always, all of the items are going to be available individually. I'm not going to go through all of the individual prices because, to be perfectly honest, I don't think I could remember them all. So what we also do is we've done a bundle of all of these items together where we offer you a fantastic discount. So this is the I Need It All collection. So you're going to get all of the goodies that I've just shown you. The usual RRP on that would be £146.90, but the bundle price is £120. So that is saving you around 18%, I think it is, and it is around just over £25 that you are saving on that bundle. So it's a really, really nice kit, really useful. All of the elements are going to mix and match perfectly together. So that is your I Need It All collection. But there might be a couple of extra little things that you would like to add to that collection. Okay, so I'm going to show you the other extra little items next. So the next one I'm really excited about. These are our gorgeous, brand new Stardust Glitters, okay? Now, these Stardust Glitters are going to be completely limited edition. Once they have gone, they have gone, okay? So, let me pop the camera in so that you can see them. They look quite plain, okay, from here. As well, these are the finest glitters that we have ever done. I think I've just inhaled some glitter there, I think, when I picked those up. So these are the finest glitters that we have ever done. They are absolutely gorgeous and they are ultra reflective. So these are like an optical illusion glitter. Honestly, this has been so challenging to show you at home, and I still don't think we've quite managed to get this effect across to you on camera. So basically, when the light hits these glitters, it gives you a totally different effect and a different kind of colour. The colours almost get more vibrant. So I'm going to try and show you with the torch on my phone, okay, if I can. So we've got the beautiful colours. We've got Stardust Blue. So you can see how micro fine these are. Yours will all have sparklicious lids as well. But like I say, we are waiting for the stock of these ones to arrive at 4 p.m. today. So nothing like cutting it close to the wire, is it? So mine is still the sample pots, but they are absolutely gorgeous. So that one is your Stardust Blue. We've got the lovely Stardust Green. Okay. So they've all got like a hint of silver to them. It's not like the Lumiere. These glitters are literally like nothing we have ever done before. Okay. These are cut from a totally different film, but once they have gone, they have gone. We won't be able to restock them. So we've got a set amount of stock of these, and once they're gone, that's it. We won't be able to get any more. So that one is your Stardust Silver. We've got the Stardust Gold, which again is like your gold, but with the hint of silver to them. Okay. And then we've got the Stardust Red as well. So this looks a little bit more kind of silvery. It's not a true red. Oh, where are we at? Wrong way. There we go. Oh. So it's not like a true red. It has got more silver in it, but honestly, these are stunning. So I'm going to just try and see if I just pop my torch on, whether you can see. Can you see the sparkle that you then get from these? I know I can see it, but I don't know whether you can at home. They honestly look like they just come to life. As soon as you get a little bit of different light onto these, it makes them absolutely just pop. This is really hard trying to show you with the torch, but I was like, I'm hoping. There we go, I think. There we go. I can see it from where I'm sat, but I don't know whether you guys can kind of see it at home. But they honestly, they are stunning. When you get these home, you will understand what I mean when I say these are so special. They are so fine. They are absolutely stunning. They work perfectly with that gorgeous, elegant poinsettia dye, because they just give that sparkle. So these are the Stardust Sparklicious Glitters. Like I say, once they are gone, they are gone. They won't be able to be restocked. So if you really like these, definitely get adding these into your basket tonight. They are gorgeous. So they are $5.99 each. The little the glitters. You can hear they've got a different texture as well. They're like more of like a sandy texture, rather than like a normal glitter, but they're cut from a totally different film to what all of our other glitters are cut from, which is what makes these so special. So let me pop the little graphic in for these. So we've got a bundle offer on these. They are $5.99 each, or if you buy all 5 together, there is a bundle where you get where it's £23.96 for all 5 of the colours. So you've got your Stardust Blue, your Stardust Green, your Stardust Silver, Stardust Gold and Stardust Red. These are limited edition. So once they're gone, they are gone, I'm afraid. Okay then. So, next little item. Now this one's got a story to it. If you've watched the unboxing video, you will know the story. Okay. Actually, Kimberly, that's a very good point. I can see me making up some sparkly poinsettias and using them as Christmas decor. If you make up some poinsettias with those glitters, pop them on your Christmas tree. When the fairy lights hit the glitter, you'll see the effect. It's amazing. I've got a little GIF actually that's due to go up on the Facebook page that shows you with the flash off and the flash on. So that's going up, I don't know if it's today or tomorrow that's due to go up, but you'll get an idea of it then. Honestly, they are stunning. Okay, so next little one that you might like to add in is the lovely 8x8 Holly Square die. Now this die, honestly, when the stock landed of this one, there is a tiny, tiny little bit of missing detail on this one when it's gone into mass production. So rather than scrap the entire set, because it is honestly so tiny, we thought we'd just sell it at a really special reduced price for you all. So normally our 8x8 dies are $26.99, but this one will be going on the website at $19.99. And the reason for that is there is one tiny little bit of detail missing. Let me just see where I can find it. I've put a picture on the website so that you can all see and you're aware. We would rather be 100% honest with you. So this little leaf here. Oh, that way. Oh my word, this is challenging. There we go. Can you see that little leaf there? Oh, it is just missing a little bit of detailing, okay? So can you see it's missing the little veins from the middle? So when it's gone into mass production, that has been missed, which is so super annoying, but it seems such a waste of the set to kind of just scrap this one and not release it. So you've got your different dies within this set, so you are getting 6 metal dies in total. So you've got your lovely large holly frame, and when you see this on the samples, honestly, it absolutely comes to life. Like, look at that Christine's done. Oh my word, it is stunning. Like, the detailing is beautiful, but because it's only a few tiny little kind of dots missing down the middle of the leaf, by the time you get your glitter over the top, you're really not necessarily going to be able to see that. So you get the lovely large die in the set. You then get the next one in, which is a little holly border. You then get the next one in, which is like a winter foliage frame. You've got another one, which is a holly border. You've then got like a little holly square frame and a little sprig of holly in there as well. So it's a really beautiful die set. So if you want to add that onto your I Need It All collection, of course you can be doing, but we'd rather be honest and explain that to you than kind of just release it anyway. So that will be going on a very special offer price. It's normally $26.99, but it'll be going on the website tonight at $19.99. Got the little graphic to pop in there as well, and you can see that's the 8x8 holly frame. We've actually sized this one slightly smaller as well, so it's 7 3/4 inches, so it allows for a matte layer behind on your projects too, because it just looked a little bit too much when it covered the 8x8 card. Okay then, so that is your elegant Christmas collection. Oh, hit the wrong button there. Don't know whether you guys all got a blank screen there at home, but yes, so that is your elegant Christmas collection. All of those fabulous products will be available to buy on our website tonight from 6 o'clock. So on www.chloescreativecards.co.uk, that is UK time as well. So we're on like 2:30 now, so that's in 3.5 hours time. Everything will be going on the website. So again, we've got the I Need It All collection, we've got the bundle of the glitters, we've got the 8x8 holly square die, and we've also got everything available individually too. So please do hop on over and have a little look. I'm going to create a little category as well, which I'll share in the comments, called Chloe's Picks. So that's going to be just some embossing powders, some glitter and some basic card that goes really well with this collection and what we've used on lots of the samples. So I'm going to pop this to one side and I'm going to show you some finished samples, because I know that's what you all kind of want to see. I'm just going to show you this as well before we move on with the holly square die. I'm going to pop the overhead camera in just so that I can show you where the tiny bit of detail is missing. So can you see on that little holly leaf here? It's literally just the veins down the middle of the leaf. It is so minor and it is only on one leaf, okay? So we thought we'd rather be honest and tell you all, so that is what we've decided to do. Right, moving on, we are going to show you some finished samples. So I'm going to pop the I Need It All collection out of the way and I'm going to grab some finished samples in. So first up is this gorgeous card from Christine. She has done this all in golden cream, which is beautiful. You can see how she's used that Christmas foliage frame in the background there. She's also used the beautiful elegant poinsettia and layered that up. She's used the branch from the Christmas branch stamp and die set in the background, and then she's used that gorgeous holly square die as well in the background, and you can see how gorgeous that then looks. Next up was that smaller one that I did with the Christmas foliage frame. And then this one is one of Becca's, using the beautiful Poinsettia Bauble stamp and die set. Really, really lovely. So you've got your bauble designs here. You can see how she stamped those circles in the middle. You can also be using those circles in the background if you want to as well, to kind of just randomly stamp, build up a background. Then we've got the foiled paper pad, and she's used some of the poinsettias, stamped and embossed them onto vellum and layered those ones up. Next up is this one, using that foliage frame in the middle. So that's been stamped and embossed in Hollywood Hills. We've used the gorgeous elegant poinsettias, and these have been covered in those new glitters. These new glitters that are really giving me a challenge to show you the sparkle. Honestly, in the flesh, they look amazing. Don't know actually whether, might be picking it up better on that camera actually. Anyway, we've used the glitters on here and that gorgeous 8x8 holly square die as well in the background. Next up is another one of Becca's, using that gorgeous Poinsettia Bauble stamp and die set. So you can see you've got that gorgeous shape to create the bauble, and we've even thought about the little, do you like the little metal tops that you get on baubles? We've even thought about that too, which is so, so lovely. You've got that gorgeous branch stamp going along the top. What's worth noting about this branch stamp as well is it has been sized to perfectly fit that little stocking, the bauble and the star on. So it really does fill the front of your card, but you can use it on a DL and on other sizes as well. Next up, oh look at this one, this is one of Christine's, it's a shaker. We've got the gorgeous Poinsettia Baubles in the background there. So you can see how she's created a shaker card, she's die cut that bauble image out, and then she's used some heat resistant acetate, stamped in the middle of it and popped it behind. It looks so, so pretty, and those foiled papers in the background as well. They are fabulous. I'm going to pop this over to one side. Okay. And then this one is one of Becca's, and she's actually doing a YouTube on this one. I think the YouTube's going up on Friday this week. So there is a full tutorial. So she's used the two gorgeous glitters. So we've got the Stardust Gold and the Stardust Blue on this one, and it is beautiful. She's used that Christmas branch across the middle, added those stars in, and you can see how fabulous that then looks. We've then got a totally different one from Christine, done in black and gold. And I personally love black and gold at Christmas. One of my Christmas trees last year actually was like charcoal grey, copper and leopard print, which was a bit out there, but it did look lovely. So you can see how fabulous this looks in black and gold. Really, really lovely. So, so pretty. And just layered up, adding some little self-adhesive sparkles onto there too. For your DL projects, this stamp is perfect. And if you were posting, you could keep that card totally flat if you wanted to, but it would still look equally as beautiful. Next up is another one of Christine's, and that's using that bauble stamp, but she's stamped and embossed it on acetate, flipped it over, and then she's used her glitters behind and the dry clear PVA glue. And it looks like she's used that new polished gold wow powder on there, which it honestly, polished gold and polished silver, they are just incredible. It makes everything look like you foiled it, if that makes sense. They are so, so reflective. To be honest, when they first came out, I was like, don't know that they can be much different to gold and silver, but they really, really are. They are like super shiny. She's also used the elegant poinsettias in the corners here too, and then she's used some of the foliage and layered that up. Next up, we've got, a lot of my cards are away at photography at the moment actually, so this is a rare one of mine. So I've done this one as a little vellum wrap on a 6x6 card, because I am aware we love an 8x8 card at Chloe's Creative Cards. We really, really do love an 8x8 card. But sometimes at Christmas you just want some smaller projects, and that's where these kinds of ones come in. So a little 6x6 card blank, and you can see how I've just done a little vellum wrap round, and I've stamped and embossed that gorgeous snowflake flurry frame onto the vellum with some opaque bright white superfine embossing powder. And then you can see the little sentiment plaque in the middle. That's the die that you get in the set. Okay, and I've stamped and embossed that sentiment with that polished silver. And can you see how reflective that is? Honestly, it's beautiful. So really, really lovely. But because they've done it in a super fine grade now, it is perfect for these verse stamps because it picks up all the detail. Then the next one is also one of mine. This one is using the bauble, the DL Elegant Bauble. Absolutely gorgeous. Stamped and embossed, glittered up, just done it all in silver. This is just silver embossing powder, that beautiful silver bells, though I have to say it is lovely. And just some crystal white pearl card. So we've just stamped and embossed the border, we've stamped and embossed stamped and embossed it a second time, cut out the baubles and layered them up. And what I've done on some actually is, I don't know whether you'll be able to see this, I put like a double layer of foam pads, so a couple of them just stick out a little bit more. So it just adds a little bit more interest and a little bit more depth and dimension to the project. Next up, another one of Christine. Oh, I think I've got a right selection of Christine's here. So again, she's done a shaker card. Love this idea, using the snowflake frame. And she's stamped and embossed the sentiment in the middle, and then using those gorgeous elegant poinsettias as well. They just look so, so lovely. All glittered up, and then she's matting and layered with some of the papers too. Then another one using that Christmas branch. Imagine this one for like baby's first Christmas. Wouldn't that be lovely? So, so nice. You've got the baubles, you've got the little stocking. She's layered up the branches there too. And of course added some of those elegant poinsettias as well. So, so lovely. And then we've got another one of Becca's here. Again, she's done a tutorial for this one too. I do believe that one is going up this weekend. So she's used that lovely Stardust Gold glitter on this one. And she's layered up those elegant poinsettias, used that beautiful holly frame, and then used one of the little verses as well on there too. And then another one of Christine's. This is using that snowflake flurry frame. Love this idea. It's been stamped and embossed onto heat resistant acetate. Then she's flipped it over, popped some glue and popped some glitter on the back. Then these little snowflakes here, can you see these that have been tucked in? That is the little snowflake die that's in the middle of the snowflake flurry frame stamp and die set. Really, really lovely. She's layered up some of the flowers from the poinsettia bauble so you can see how gorgeous that then looks. What we have tried to do with this collection as well is give you something a little bit different. Something that you're going to be able to mix and match all of the elements together. Or you can just use one stamp and die set on its own as well. But if you've got some of our previous collections, such as like the White Christmas one, the Frosted Christmas, of course, please don't just put your Christmas stuff away and not get it out again. We always try and make sure that you can intermingle and mix and match the collections as they go along. So for example, maybe the Christmas rose from the White Christmas collection would look fabulous with some of these. So you really can kind of mix and match and use things in different ways. So that is Christine's final card for now. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll pop some finished card samples in for you to have a look at. And these are a couple that are at photography actually, so you can have a good look at those too. And I'll get some bits and pieces out and we'll do a little demo. So, would we like Elegant Poinsettia first? Should we do that one first? Then I can show you the new glitters as well. So what actually got, these are the two cards that I'm going to make as my demos. Oh, that was a coincidence. I didn't actually plan that. So that is what we're going to be doing as our demo. So I'm going to do the navy card first. So that is using the Snowflake Flurry frame. We are going to be using the Starry Night background as well. And we're also going to be using the Merry Christmas little verse. So pop that to one side. Let me just find my polished silver. I should have here. Got things all over the shop at the moment. I can hear Becca, she'll be laughing at me saying that I'm unorganised with all of my embossing powders and things. Right, so These are what we're going to be using. I was going to use silver bells, but I think I've left it next door. So we'll use metallic silver sparkle instead. But I have got my gorgeous silver bells pre-embossed snowflake flurry wreath here. So let me pop the overhead camera in and I'm going to talk you through exactly what we're going to do. So to start with, I have taken the little die set, okay? So you get your snowflake flurry frame, and then these are the two little circles that you also get. You actually get three actually in the middle of this one. So I've taken the largest two and die cut all of those elements from a piece of lapis lazuli pearl card. So again, on my Gemini, the plates that I've used are my base plate, my plastic shim, and my cutting plate on the top. Personally for me, I find if I put the magnetic one in, it warps the shapes and things. So I just tend to use those plates. If that's not quite enough on yours, try adding your silver metal shim in and see how you get on. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stamp and emboss over the top of here. Now it's personal preference as to whether you like to die cut first and then stamp over the top, or whether you like to stamp and emboss first and then pop your die over the top and run it through. So I am going to stamp over the top of here. A little tip as well with these frame stamps is point one, you need to be careful when you get them off the acetate because they have got in effect a hole in the middle. When you get them off, flip them so the smooth side is facing you like this. Give the stamp just a couple of seconds to relax, then take your acrylic block and pop it over the top like that, and then pick your stamp up. That's just going to stop the shape from getting warped, because if you try and stick it on and you're pulling at it, that's when you can distort the circle in the middle. So that is a little top tip with that one. So what we're going to do next is take a little anti-static bag and take our Wow Clear Embossing ink pad. So we're going to take this and we're going to give it a good little dust over. We have got loads of tutorials going up on YouTube and things as well with this collection. And of course today's video will be available for you to watch back. So I'm going to pop that to one side. I'm going to grab in my stamp and I'm going to ink it up. So we're just going to work around inking up the image like so. I have to say as well, I'm one of these people that loves to just sit and stamp bits out, not necessarily make anything. I just like doing all the little elements, and then I like to have a day at the end where I sit and put it all together. So that's how I've got loads of little bits for my demo, because that's what I've been doing at home. So what we're going to do now is we're going to line this up. Now, I'm really sorry if you get a lovely shot of my roots while I do this one, but I like to stand up and look directly over the image. So because the stamps are clear, it gives you a really good kind of way to look to line these up. So I'm going to hover, and now I'm at a little bit of a weird angle here, and then press. Okay, so then you're going to work your way around like so, and then we're going to lift that off. That's pretty good. Quite happy with that one. I do apologise if you got a really good shot of my roots there. I am getting my hair done next week. Okay, so we're going to grab some scrap paper in, and we're going to take this. I was going to use silver bells, but like I said, I've left it next door, so I'll use metallic silver sparkle in my Wow. And sprinkle that over and tap away the excess. Okay, and then you can see how gorgeous that then looks. Okay, just spilt a little bit there. Get my little brush. It always happens, doesn't it, when you're trying to rough. There we go. Just get this off the table. So otherwise I'm going to put my heat gun on and it's going to end up everywhere, isn't it? Right then, so I'm going to heat this up. So I'm going to use my heat gun. So we're just going to hold that heat gun still, and then as soon as we see that powder start to melt and change, we're going to just move the heat gun over the image. There we go. So you can see how beautiful that then looks when that's all heat embossed up. Really, really pretty. So that one was done in metallic silver sparkle. Again, it's not picking, I feel like it's not picking up the sparkle to show you. There you go. And then the one that I did at home was done in silver bells. So this one is a little bit more sparkly. It's got like that lovely holographic rainbow shimmer to it. So I'm going to work with the silver bells one, I think, for a change. So I'm going to grab that one in and I'm going to take some little jewels. Just got some little ones that, like that you get to stick on your nails. Got a few of those. So we're just going to work around and add some of these little jewels onto this gorgeous snowflake design. So I'm going to take some of this one first. Just taking some of the larger ones and just sticking those down. Again, you can use your glitters and things if you want to as well. I bought a town with this one. Put loads of jewels on this one. Why not, eh? So then we'll just work our way around. Like so. And we'll do some of these as well. And embossing it is like magic when you do it, especially I think when you do it on a dark colour. I'm going to show you those polished ones as well because honestly, they are beautiful. Didn't think you could get much kind of like obviously the normal metallic silver and metallic gold are really lovely, but the new polished ones, I can see a big difference in them. They are really nice. If you want like a really bright shiny gold and a really bright shiny silver, they are the ones. So we'll just work around and piece these on. Like so. And then we'll pop a little one there, little one there. Oh, it feels so peaceful and calm in here, I have to say. I do find that when you're crafting and things like this, it is really relaxing, isn't it? I love it when I start making like my own Christmas cards, which is normally about the 23rd of December. But it does always feel so lovely when you're just sitting and crafting and you're just kind of concentrating on completing what's in front of you. It is a really lovely and kind of mindful thing. There we go. So we'll just continue working round, adding these little jewels on, like so. Ooh. And then I'm going to do some on this one as well. Then that will do for the jewels. What I'll do as well is, as we have been, we'll pop the cards that I make, and I've got a couple of YouTube ones that I've done as well. I'll pop the cards into a couple of orders for the Elegant Christmas collection. So at the end of the video I'll sign them, and I think we might have 2 or 3 that we can send. So you can see how gorgeous that then looks. Just by adding those jewels, it just elevates it. So next up, I took the 2 little circles and die cut those out of the Lapis Lazuli Pearl card as well. And if I hold this up close, can you see the little pierced edge? So that is on the die, which is beautiful. And it just adds an extra little bit of detail. So I'm going to take this one here, which is the smaller of the 2. I'm going to give it a dust with my anti-static bag. And I'm going to take that polished silver. And then we'll take our stamp. So again, inking up your stamp. These sentiment stamps as well, because the font is quite small and fine, I would recommend using a super fine embossing powder. So like your gold, your silver, your white are all the your super fine powders. There's a primary ebony super fine as well, which is really lovely. So I'm going to take my polished silver super fine, sprinkle that over, and then tap away the excess, like so. And you can see how that embossing powder has clung to where the ink is. So I'm going to carefully pick that up, and I'm going to take my heat tool and heat this up, and you'll see how lovely and bright this one goes. And it's a lovely, bright and kind of shiny silver. It is really, really nice. So that's your wow polished silver. Super fine. And can you see how the light hits off it? It almost looks like it's been foiled. But because that embossing powder is so super fine, you're not losing any of the detail on the stamp. If I hold that up, you can see the text is absolutely perfect. Okay. So I'm going to take that, I'm going to pop a couple of foam pads onto the back. Just to layer this up, like so. Stick that down like that. Right, we're going to stamp the background next. So I'm going to put this out of the way. There. Right, so for the background, we've got our gorgeous Starry Night background stamp, which is fabulous. It's a really nice large image. Again, if you haven't done so already, 100% would recommend investing in some of our acrylic blocks. They are really, really fab, and they fit all of our stamps as well. So, give that a little dust over. And then we're going to take our ink pad and we're going to ink up stamp like so. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to place it down and press. So you want a firm, even pressure all over the image, and you can either have like the larger stars in the middle, or you can have them to the outside as well. There's no right or wrong way to use this stamp. Okay, so I'm going to lift that off. I'm going to cover that with my metallic silver sparkle embossing glitter. But as well, you can see from this card, all I'm using is plain card, but we've taken the stamps and using the kit to transform it. So, pop that to one side. I'm going to heat this up. So just holding that heat gun still, and then as soon as we see that embossing powder start to melt and change, I'm just going to move it over the image. Right, so, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'm going to take my stamp. We're going to re-ink it. And take my anti-static bag again. Take my stamp. And then this time I'm going to just hover to line it up. There's no exact science to this either. You're just kind of going to hover and press. The way the stamp's designed, the dots are random, so you don't need to stress too much about them being perfectly lined up or anything like that. So then we're going to lift that away, and we're going to take our bit of scrap paper And we're going to take our metallic silver sparkle. I'm going to sprinkle that over the top. It's going to go straight back into the jar. And then we're going to heat this up. And there we go, and then you can see we've created this gorgeous starry background. Really, really lovely. Okay, so we're going to take a chisel tip glue pen next, which I've got here, and we're going to do a little bit of matting and layering first. So what we're going to do is grab in our base card, okay, and I've got a piece of white card that I'm going to stick this to with some foam pads. So I've got my 8x8 base. I've got a piece of lapis lazuli pearl card that I've cut down to about 7 3/4 inches. I'm going to grab my Carlisle glue. Okay. So everything from this collection will be on sale from 6 p.m. tonight at chloescreativecards.co.uk. I think I might be nigh on time to invest in a new bottle of glue there. There we go. Right, so we're going to pop that onto there, like so. Okay, I've got a smaller piece than that, which is, I think it'll be about 7.5. So I'm going to edge that with some glitter in a moment, and I'm going to stick my embossed piece to just a piece of white card as well. And I do like using bits of like mats and layers of white, especially when you're working on like a dark project like this navy blue, because then it layers up really, really nicely. So we're just going to stick that down. Just give that a minute, let it grab. There we go. Then we can mat and layer that all up. So I'm going to take this slightly smaller square first. I'm going to take a bit of scrap paper and a bit of paper to work on. I'm going to use that gorgeous new Stardust Blue glitter. So we're going to use a chisel tip glue pen. Now it is normal when you use your chisel tip, you are going to lose a little bit of glitter with shedding. Completely normal. It's not as it's a good adhesive, but it's not going to be as strong as something like your Dry's Clear glue. So I'm going to just drag around the edge like so, and then dunk it in. And can you see the sparkle that this is then giving you? Honestly, I wish in a way we could kind of show you what this looks like, because it's so sparkly, but it's so difficult to show on the camera. So you can see that beautiful border that we've got going around the edge there. So I'm going to pop that one over to one side, and we're going to just layer this one up with some foam pads. Okay, and then I'm going to take a few more foam pads. I'm going to just pop those in the middle. I'm going to position that down onto our base card, like so. And then we've got that lovely layer that we stuck onto the white. We're going to pop some foam pads on the back of there. And just layer this one up too. And there we go. So then we'll stick that down onto this card like that. Okay. And then next up, I'm going to take that little circle back in. I'm going to just very gently run around the edge of the circle, like so. Now, one thing that I have found is, and this would be a little tip I will give you all, is get 2 chisel tip glue pens. Keep one for white card and one for coloured, because sometimes a little bit of the colour from the die can come out and go onto the tip of the pen. So I would keep one separate for your coloured card and one separate for just white. Right, so I'm going to just dunk that in, like so, and then you can see the little bit of sparkle that we've just got round the edge of there. Almost looks like crushed jewels. It's honestly, it's so super fine. It is absolutely gorgeous. So then we're going to stick that in the middle of our little snowflake frame. You just grab a few more foam pads. It's like if I'm sending this card out, I don't want it dropping to pieces or anything. We'll make sure there's plenty of adhesive on there. So then we'll stick that in the middle of the frame. If you were doing like a smaller 6x6 card, this would be lovely just to stick in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to take my base card in and I'm going to stick this one down here, like so. So of course that looks lovely. You could leave it there, but I want to show you how to create these beautiful, elegant poinsettias. Okay, so I have got a large one that's already made. So I'm going to make the medium and the small one. So let me just count up my layers I've got on that one. So I've got 3 of each. So I want 3 of the medium filigree, 3 of the medium plain, and 3 of this one. Right, so we're going to take the plain ones and pop them to one side. So again, I've die cut 3 plain and 3 filigree of each size, so a large, a medium and a small, out of my lapis lazuli pearl card. And these dies are awesome as well because they're quite small. They're brilliant for cutting from your scraps. So I'm then going to take my chisel tip glue pen and literally just scribble over the kind of more detailed, the poinsettia with the holes in effect. So I'm going to dunk that into my glitter and you can see the sparkle that then instantly adds. So we'll work our way through. Oops, nearly tore the petal off. That was a little bit too rough with my glue pen there. It's the second one. And then the third one. So we'll just keep going, scribbling over with your glue. Like so. And again, this video will be available for you to catch up and watch back. And of course, it will also, there'll be loads more tutorials going up on YouTube. I've actually got one going up with this die set where I show you 3 different ways to make the flowers. So we've got one with the Stardust Glitters, one with like a chunkier glitter, and one showing you how to emboss them with your wow powders as well. So I think that one's due up on Friday. So we've got loads of inspiration coming your way. So you're just going to cover that with your Stardust Glitter. I have to say as well, this glitter is very, very fine. It does get all over. Right, so then we'll start to layer these up. I'm going to pop that glitter back into the pot because I don't want to lose it. move my scrap paper out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to build up your beautiful flowers first. So I'm going to take one and leave it flat. And then I'm going to take two of the solid ones and I'm going to pinch down the middle of the petals like this. Okay. So then I'm going to take a little bit of my PVA glue. I'm going to pop a little blob in the middle. What you can do as well is you might find it easier to just take a small little square, and when I mean like really small square of the matching coloured pearl card just to pop behind to build it up on. So then you're just going to take your little poinsettias and glue them into place like this. So you're just building up the leaves, and you can just twist and offset them like so. And then I'm going to take another glittery one. I'm going to pinch down the middle. A little bit of glue. And then twist and offset this one. Like so. And then the next one. So a plain one this time, just pinching down the middle of those petals to create a valley fold. And then I'm going to pop that one onto there. Like so. And then, where's my other one? There it is. My top one, again, I'm just going to pinch down the middle of those petals, pull those up towards the top, blob a glue in the middle, and then just position that down and just hold that in place. Okay, like so. And then you can see that I do like to kind of fiddle about with these a little bit as well, just to kind of twist and offset your petals, but you can see how that then creates that beautiful, elegant poinsettia. So then I've got two, so I'm going to stick these onto my base card. So I'm going to put the bigger one in the bottom corner down here. And I'm going to start to build these up into the top corner. So I've got my middle size one here. There. And then we're going to do the same with the smaller one, but I might not add as many layers to the smaller one. So we're just going to work our way around. We're going to pinch down the middle of those petals, blob a glue in the middle, so you're literally just working round to layer this up. So, and then we take a little glittery one, layer this one up. This little one just on the top, like so. Just hold that for a second, just let that glue grab. So I've only used two solid ones on this one, and then 3 of the little filigree. And then we're going to put a blob of glue onto our base card. It's not sticking, 2 seconds. Just needs to sit flat for a little bit of time, I think. There we go. Pop that down there. And then to finish that off, I'm going to add a couple of dribbles. I'm just going to use some silvery ones, some either Frosty Christmas or the everyday essentials. A bling box contains those. So then I'm going to put a blob of glue in the middle of each of those flowers and just drop a larger jewel into the centre. Like so. Same over at this side. 1, 2, 3. And that then would be your finished card. Okay, so that's using the Starry Night background, the elegant poinsettias, and the snowflake flurry frame on that one. And of course some lapis lazuli pearl card and the Stardust blue glitter. So that's your first demo card using this collection. I'm going to show you another one. So I'm going to show you how to use the branch next. And I've just realised what the time is. Oh my word, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? So I'm going to pop some finished samples in. Have a look. So it's going to be this branch card that we make next. And I will show you exactly how to create that. So I'll just get all of my little bits and pieces together. I've got most of this one prepped because I know what I'm like, and I know that I do tend to talk quite a lot during these launches. So I've already coloured my little bits and pieces in. So I'll show you how to create this one. Right then, so for this card, on the actual sample one, we didn't have the foiled paper pads, so I had to use some different papers. But for today, I'm going to be using the gorgeous foiled paper pads to create the gorgeous branch card. So I'm going to start off with this beautiful piece of green foiled paper. I mean, it is just stunning. It's got like a gorgeous geometric kind of flower pattern to it. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of Koal all-purpose glue just onto the back. It always looks like I'm squeezing out loads of glue as well, but I'm not. I've only got that tip turned up a tiny bit of the way. So I'm going to pop that down onto my base card, like so. And then I've got another piece which is a beautiful red pattern, so we're going to pop that over the top. Ordinarily I'd have gutted the middle out of this piece, but I do always struggle when I'm on camera trying to stick it on straight, so I've left it for today. But you can be using your die cuts in the middle of the other one, because we really only need a little fine border. It's just to tie the colours in nicely. So pop some foam pads onto the back of here, and then we'll stick this down onto our base card. There we go. Right, so that's going to go down onto our card blank. Like so. Okay. So then next up, I've got a little piece of lapis lazuli pearl card. Again, you could be gutting the middle out of the red if you want to. And I'm just going to layer this one up again with some foam pads. This is quite a dimensional project that I'm making. But you can kind of, you can keep it flatter if you want to for postage. But as we know, I love a little bit of dimension on my projects. So we're going to whip the backs off of these. I think this has to be my favourite time as well. I do love Christmas. I love making Christmas cards and things as well. I love it when it's like, do you like Christmas fair time? Like when you get to go out to all the lovely Christmas things. I'd love to go to one of the Christmas markets in Europe actually. So I'm going to pop that down onto here, like so. Really, really lovely. Okay, so again, the paper and card that I'm using, a lot of it is Jupiter, Mars and lapis lazuli. But I've done a little section on the website called Elegant Christmas Chloe's Picks. So you can have a little look and see which kind of things I think go nicely with this set. So if you're doing your order tonight and you want to have a little look in there, have a little look and see what's in there. I'll drop the link in the comments after the video's finished, because then you'll be able to see and you'll be able to have a little look at some of the things that go really nicely with this. I'm going to pop that to one side now. I've got a piece of white card that I've cut down to a square. I think it might be about 6 3/4, I want to say. About 6.5 inches square, that one. So what I'm going to do is take my large Christmas branch stamp, which is this one here. I'm going to start off by taking my anti-static bag again and just dusting it over the card like so. Okay, and then I'm going to just move these out of my way. There we go. I'll put it back away later. So then I'm going to take my Wow Clear embossing ink pad again. I'm going to ink up my branch stamp. Then it's kind of up to you where you want to position and press this. So this branch stamp has been sized to fit these little elements and things on perfectly. So I will probably go about there on my card, roughly. I'm going to show you what we're going to do though, because we're going to layer it up. So I'm going to go around about there. I'm going to lift that off. I'm going to take my scrap paper in. I'm going to cover it with my Hollywood Hills embossing glitter. It's this one here. Lovely, very dark green, this one. Frosted Fir, also a lovely one for stamping and embossing the branch. Both of them are colours that I mixed these years ago for Wow. So the colours are actually colours that I have physically sat and blended and mixed. So the reason why we did them is because for me green is so important on your projects, but sometimes it just looks the wrong colour. Whereas the greens that we've got in our collection are all blended, so it's got more than one shade of green in. So when you're doing your foliage, it gives you like that multi-dimensional effect, which is what you want. So we're going to heat this up. So I'm just holding my heat gun still. As soon as I see that powder start to melt and change, I'm just moving the heat gun over the image. Like so. And then I have got some green Copics. Just as that disappear down to the floor there. Oh, was it these ones that I used? Got stuff all over at the moment, so I've obviously just brought a selection from home. I think it was those two that I've used on the ones I've done. So you want a dark green and a light green basically. Then all you're going to do is just take the pen and just flick like that. Like, there's nothing difficult at all. You just want to get a bit of colour on there. And you can see how instantly it just makes the branch look a bit more bushy. But because we've embossed it, the embossing powder is going to resist the marker pen. So you get your embossing powder sitting on the top and you still get that lovely sparkle. Right, so there we go. So you can see how that's starting to come together. And then maybe use a Taylor green, quite a nice one. It's Nile green and ocean green that I've just been using. Then my ocean green, I'm going to just do exactly the same again. Flick it towards yourself. Like that. Nothing difficult, nothing too technical. Just going to work your way around. add in your colour. And then instantly you can see how that makes the branch a little bit more fluffy. Okay, but it adds dimension to it as well. So if you want to, you can leave it like that. If you want to take it to the next level, you can add a little bit of glitter. So then I take my Art Glitter Dries Clear PVA, and again, literally, like, there's nothing technical about what I'm doing here. Just kind of scribbling a little bit of glue on there. Hold that up, you'll be able to see. There we go. So nothing technical, no kind of right or wrong way to do it. Then you're going to take your Mint Crisp glitter. So I quite like this one because it looks like fairy lights. Look at the hologram. So then when you tap off the excess, you just get that little bit of sparkle on the top there, which looks lovely. Okay. So what I've then done is, because I've already told you now that I like to be a little batch crafter, I like to sit and cut things out and just make branches and things. So the other day I had a day of just making bits and pieces. So I made a load of branches. Here they are, 2 of them. So you'll find what's best for you. You can either stamp first and then die cut, or you can die cut first and then stamp over the top. Either way, you don't have to worry about it being too perfect, because you can just pop a little bit of green on the edge to cover if there's anywhere where your die moves when you pop it through your machine or anything like that. So then I've got my 2 branches, and I'm going to just stick these over the top, but I like to do it, and the reason why I do it this way is it just gives it that little bit of extra dimension. So pop that one there. I'm going to snip that end piece off there, and maybe pop that one going in there. So then, can you see how we've now built like a tree, it's like the arm of a branch of a tree, isn't it? So we're then going to take our pin flare. Just thinking, how am I going to stick this card together? I might stick it onto my base card first, actually. I'm going to move that out of the way. Come back to that in a moment. So I'm going to take our chisel tip glue pen and our classic Crystallina glitter. Okay. It wouldn't have been a Facebook Live without Crystallina making some appearance, would it? There it is. I've buried it under everything else on my little table to the side of me there. So then we're going to take our chisel tip glue pen. Different one to the one that I've been scribbling with as well. You can see there where one's got a little bit of colour on the tip and the other one hasn't. So I'm going to take this one, I'm going to drag it along the edge. I'm going to dunk it into my Crystallina. And there we go. So we can just work our way around this Crystallina onto here. Go. And then we're going to take some foam pads and we're going to layer this up onto our base card. So ordinarily I would just I would let it dry and then stick it together, but we've not got that level of time today, so we're just going to go in with some foam pads and just stick these down. My word, it's 3:30. There we go. Right, so we'll layer this on. It is a lovely collection though, this one. It feels like I've only been here 5 minutes, an hour and a half later. So we're going to pop this down onto our base card. Like so. And then we're going to grab back in these little branches that I've already done at home. So these ones are actually very dry. Right, so maybe like that, maybe. Or do we have it a little bit more like that? I quite like it like that. I'll just have a little look at my bits that I've got to stick on. Let's see where they are. Oh yeah, I like it for that. Right, so we're going to stick the little branch in place. Okay. Does everyone at home like talk to themselves when they craft as well? Because I do find that I do this quite often. So I'm going to take my pin flare glue. Now it's rare that I use the syringe, but I do with this one. So I'm going to pop this onto there. So, and then I'm going to take this one and pop that over the top. You could just leave it at that if you wanted, really. You don't have to go as far as I have, but you know, we are a little bit extra. We like to add a little bit more to our project. And that's going to go onto there. So I'm just using my pin flare glue gel. And try and get rid of this big blob. There we go. And then just a little bit of glue on the back of this piece as well. Okay. So like so, then you can just kind of layer it up. But when you're using pin flare as well, you can kind of just shuffle it and get it into the right place. So then what I did is I took some of the lovely stamps that you get in this set. So it's a nice large set, it's DL. So we've got our branch, we've got our little sprig. And then I've taken the stocking and the 2 baubles. Just stamped them onto a white card. I embossed them in the metallic polished gold and then used my dies to cut them out. And then I've just glittered them up with our Sparklicious glitters. So I've used red poinsettia, gold rush and all that dazzles on these ones. And then I'm not going to use that, I'm going to just use foam pads, it's easier. Just going to use a couple of foam pads to pop these down into position. So I'm going to put this one about there, this one about there. This is the thing, you can kind of just pick where you want them, and then that one back there. So then we'll just grab some foam pads again. So, and then that's going to go onto there. Stick that one down. And then I've tied some little bows just from some red satin ribbon. So I'm going to stick these into place as well. Just trim the ends off. I like a finer red ribbon, but I couldn't find it in the craft room in here. So I've got a slightly thicker red ribbon than my one on the sample. And the one on the sample is about like a 3mm, which is quite nice. It's going to go there. Oh. I love creating this kind of project for Christmas. I just love it. So then we're going to take a little bit of glue gel and stick these into position. Like so. Okay, so you can see how lovely that is then looking. So as you can see on my sample, the original one, my branch went more that way. On this one, it's going a little bit more this way. But each and every card is going to be unique and beautiful in their own way. So then I've taken a little bit of Dry's Clear glue. And I'm going to use that Frosty Christmas Bling Box. Now the only reason why I'm using this one and not the new one is because I've done blue on the baubles and the stocking, and I kind of just want to tie that in. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue and stick that there. And then I'm going to grab my Verse stamps. And we'll do a little sentiment to go on here. So I've got, may your days be merry and bright this Christmas season and throughout the new year. Which is nice. So then we want a bit of white card to do our sentiment onto. pad seems to be in really short supply in this little craft room at the moment. So then I'm going to take my anti-static bag. Anti-static bag. Where have I put it? It always starts out so tidy, doesn't it? Look at it now, I've got stuff all over the place. Right, let me see if I can find where I've put the anti-static. I'll have tidied it away. I have, there it is in the drawer. So then we're going to take our little anti-static bag, we're going to give this a little dust over. I'm going to ink up my stamp. Again, with these little verses as well, I would 100% recommend using your superfine embossing powders. So we're going to stamp that sentiment down, and then I'm going to take my polished gold superfine. Back into the jar. I'm going to heat this up. And there we go, and you can see again it's a really lovely shiny gold. So I'm going to take my little guillotine. Yeah, I was crafting at home the other day, and my craft room at home I haven't, because I've got stuff all over the place at the minute, so I haven't got all that much stuff in my craft room at home, so I've only got like a massive guillotine, big 12x12 one. I was trying to cut down a little sentiment like this the other day on that big guillotine, and it just wasn't happening. Do you know when you just keep trimming and trimming and you end up with a little postage stamp by the end of it? There we go. So we've trimmed that down. I'm going to take a couple of foam pads and just tuck that under there. Grab some more foam pads. And that then would be your finished card. I would probably add a few more jewels onto this, to be fair, just to make it a little bit extra. And there we go, and that would then be your finished project. So that is using your Elegant Christmas collection. I really hope that you've enjoyed today's live. If anyone's just joining us now, I am going to pop this video back up on the YouTube channel and also on Facebook, so you can watch it back at any time, and we've got loads more demos coming up too. For anyone who's just joining us, I'm going to pop the details in for the Elegant Christmas collection. So this is your Elegant Christmas I Need It All collection. So this is everything apart from the Sparklicious Glitters and the 8x8 die. So you get everything in the set for £120. All items are available individually too. We've then got the Stardust Sparklicious Glitters that are limited edition. Once they are gone, they are gone. They are all available individually for £5.99 each, or we've got a bundle of them for £23.96. And then finally, we've got that lovely holly frame die, which, as I explained, when it's gone into mass production, it's missing a tiny bit of detail on one of the leaves. So we've got it on for a very, very special offer price. It was £26.99, but we've decided to reduce it down to £19.99. So that is all about Elegant Christmas. I hope that you have enjoyed today's YouTube and Facebook, and I hope to see you all again very soon. We've got loads more videos going up on the YouTube channel, so if you haven't done so already, please do click subscribe, and then you'll get a notification when any of our new videos go on. All of the products will be available to buy at www.chloescreativecards.co.uk from 6 p.m. this evening. I hope to see you all again very soon, and I really hope that you all like the brand new Elegant Christmas collection.